If you can do 20-minute haircuts, that's 3 haircuts per hour. If you're charging $50 per haircut, that's $150 per hour before tip. It's your boy HD back with another haircut tutorial for y'all. And today we have a ball fade and we are going to do it as quick as possible. Actually, this isn't as quick as possible. I feel like I could have done it quicker, but it was my first haircut of the day. The wrist wasn't warmed up, but we still got it done in 20 minutes. So that's pretty quick. But this video is all about speed and I didn't want to cut anything out of the video. So this one has no cuts. This is all straight raw, straight through. So I'm just going to show you guys my method and show you why I do what I do and give you some tips and tricks so you can get as quick as possible. First things first, my haircuts are booked for 30-minute slots, but during the holidays or if I have something coming up like a trip or something like that, I do 20-minute slots, sometimes 15-minute slots. My client today, I love him to death, man, but he came in 15 minutes late, so I had to put the pedal to the metal anyway. I couldn't give him the full 30 minutes. He got a 20 piece out of me, and it still came out blurry and nice. I'll get back into the steps of the haircut, but if you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you pretty much know my steps by now. I don't switch it up. It's the same method for each and every haircut, and that is one of the reasons why I am as quick as I am with the haircuts. You want to master a method where you can do it with your eyes closed. I do this, then I do this. I have the one guard, then I do this, and then I do the half guard, and I do this, to the point where you're doing it without thinking. That's number one. Number two, always make sure your tools are clean and ready. You don't want to be, say I put this liner down and then I got to clean my detachable clipper before I use it. You're just taking time away. So you want to make sure in between each client, you're cleaning all of your tools right away. Okay, we're not waiting to do anything. We're cleaning everything right away. You want to make sure everything is in its place. Everything, okay, I know my guards are over here. I know my combs are over here. I know my brushes are over here. I know my cool care is over here. You want to make sure everything has its place and everything is in its place. Okay, next up, you want to make sure that when you're talking with your client, I know sometimes barbers like to stop and talk. Keep cutting while you're talking, okay? We never stop. We're not stopping because we have clientele and we're cutting clients back to back. The more you stop, the more you're pushing your day back and the more you are taking longer on the haircut. Me and him are talking this whole haircut. If I were to stop and talk to him and look him in his eyes and do all that stuff people be doing, this haircut would have took like 35, 40 minutes, okay? So we want to make sure when we're talking to our clients, we aren't stopping from cutting, okay? Next up, the chair is on spin mode. We're not doing one side at a time, like, okay, I do this side of the taper, then I do this side of the taper, and then I do the neck. No, we're doing everything at the same time. I'm telling you right now, if you do one side at a time, you're going to double your haircut time, all right? This is like poetry in motion. We're going to spin the chair. The wrist is so fluid. Look at that. I know exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. That leads into the next reason why I cut fast, all right? Every stroke, everything I do with these clippers and tools is for a reason. I see a lot of people, especially beginner barbers, where they're fading. They're just fading for no reason. They're just moving their wrist up, down, up, down, up, down. Bro, what are you cutting? You got to know what you're cutting. Like, you have to be able to look at the fade like, okay, I need to hit that. I know how to hit it with this, boom, a corner, 3 teeth, boom. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with time and just learning how fades work and what can take out what. But once you do learn it, that's what you want to continue to do. You want to make sure every stroke is meaningful, okay? Also, I wanted to add into this. I preached this in my last video. Don't worry about getting fast if you're not that good at cutting hair yet, okay? I understand you want to make as much money as possible. You want to maximize your profits. You want to see 100K from this plus. Listen, if you're doing 150 an hour and you're booked all day, you can do the mathematics on what that is, but you have to work your way up to that. You can't just start cutting hair and think, oh, I'm going to do 3-4 haircuts a day, 3-4 haircuts an hour. I'm sorry. But it just doesn't work like that. You have to really like put the work in and you have to have patience. Patience is key. Patience and discipline. Okay, guys, those will take you far in life, period. Patience and discipline. All right. So the next thing that you want to do to be able to cut fast is you want to make sure that the consultation that you have at the very beginning of the haircut is accurate. I know some people that are newer to coming to barbershops, or they just don't get their haircut that often, or some people are just indecisive. they say one thing, but they mean another. Now, when you're halfway through the haircut, doing the taper, they're like, oh, I wanted a ball fade. My bad, bro. First off, we get too deep into the haircut, I got to charge you for another haircut. I'm sorry. I charge for the time. You know what I'm saying? But to save all of the confusion, make sure the consultation in the beginning is A1, to the point where you know exactly what he wants and exactly what you're going to do. And you can envision a haircut on his head when his hair isn't even cut yet. That's the point you want to get it to. Also, if you notice, guys, when I'm fading this bottom part, when I'm fading everything on the fade, I'm spinning the chair, like I said before, and I'm also hitting his beard at the same time. I'm blending his beard at the same time that I blend the hair on his head, so I don't have to go back in and blend the beard later. Let's do everything that we have to do with this tool before we put it down. That's a major, major, major key right there. Is everything you have to do with that lever open to lever close, do it now. Everything you have to do with the one guard, now that I put it on, do it now. Everything we have to do with the 1.5, do it when you put it on there. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to keep going back, switching guards, doing all this, switching that. You want to make sure you do everything you need to do with the tool that's on there. All right, guys, it's a lot of gems in here that I have given out and I will continue to give, but I wanted to stop for a second and just tell everybody, if you aren't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, please hit the like button. It goes a long way for my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's get right off into the next tip. Detail as you fade, okay? So if you see something aligned, okay, I'm working on that part of the fade right now. If I see something below that part that I'm working on, I'm going back and I'm fixing it ASAP. Or you can leave it right there, just take mental note of it. And when you're like putting holding spray on him before you do the lineup or you're working on the beard, while the holding spray dries, instead of using a blow dryer to dry it, let it air dry and then hit it the part that you had saw that needed to be fixed. Go work on that. So we're multitasking at this point, if that makes sense. The next thing that you want to do to become quicker at cutting hair is time your haircuts, guys. Look at the clock every now and then. Glance up at it to see where you're at. You want to see, okay, it took me that long to get to this point of the fade last haircut. How long did it take me to get to this point in the fade for this next haircut? And the next haircut, and the next haircut. Next thing you know, you shaved a minute off. You shaved 2 minutes off. You shaved 3 minutes off. Next thing you know, you're at 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I've done 2 haircuts in 15 minutes. I think that's the quickest I've ever been. But I know some people are way quicker out there, and some people, you know, take longer. So it's just a matter of practice, man, and the repetition. All right, another tip that I want to give you guys, and this is probably going to be the last one, and then I'll just let the video rock out. I might make a part 2 to this video, who knows, on freehanding, because that's a whole nother monster. If you can freehand, you can pretty much do these haircuts 5-10 minutes. All right. And that's how I did the 2 haircuts in whatever, however long I said it was. But yeah. Okay. The last tip I want to give you guys is the bald lines and guidelines and all that do not have to be perfect. All right. Because a fade is something that's imperfect, but you want to give it the illusion that it is perfect. So don't worry too much about putting in the guidelines as crispy as possible or as straight as possible. Also, never put them in with your liner. You never want to put a line in that you have to take out. Okay? We're not putting any lines in here. We're feathering everything into the next thing. Feathering, 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 so it comes out very easily. But that is pretty much the tips that I have for this video. We got about 12 minutes left of the haircut. I'll pretty much just let you guys rock out and watch the rest. It's your boy HD. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.